Alright, y'all, so I'm here with my 2026 Royal Rumble review. Let's get into it. So we're going to start with the Women's Royal Rumble. Starts off hot. Starts off with Charlotte at number 1, Alexa Bliss at number 2. Obviously, got the crowd, little crowd pop, because as we know, they're a little tag team. So I thought it was a nice little start. Overall, the match was good, right? We had some nice returns, right, with Brie Bella. That was also fun, and I'm also excited for the future with Brie Bella, Nikki Bella. Probably on Monday Night Raw, we'll probably get something here what's going on. And I would assume with her coming in Royal Rumble this year, I also assume they're going to want to do some type of tag match with them at WrestleMania. Now, I don't know if they're going to do Rio, which is Rhea Ripley and Io Sky versus the Bella Twins, or they're going to do Rio, Io Sky versus a bunch of the women tag teams because there's so much out there right now, and they're all, studs, right? Like you got Charlotte and Alexa Bliss, you got the Bella Twins, you got the Kabuki Warriors, Asuka and Kairi Sane, you have Lyra, you have Bailey, right? You have a lot of women tag teams right now that are big studs that could go for it. Now, I was gonna say Liv Morgan and Roxanne, but obviously taking that out because Liv Morgan's gonna be going for one of the woman belts, which by the way, amazing winner. Liv Morgan's the one that won the Women's Royal Rumble. I think that's the perfect winner. I'm fine with that. I wanted her to win either Royal Rumble or Elimination Chamber this year, one of the two, because I did want Liv Morgan going for one of the belts. I think she deserves it. She's been carrying the company, I would say, for 2 years now on the women's roster, definitely on the Raw brand, 100%. Not saying she's more over than Rhea Ripley. I just feel like she's doing a lot of storyline wise with the woman on Raw. So I think the women's Royal Rumble overall, if I had to give it a rating 1 to 10, 10 being the best, I would honestly give it a 9 out of 10. There's not much I would change with it, to be honest with you. Then we got AJ Styles versus Gunther, and the whole point of this match is if AJ Styles loses, he does have to retire from WWE. And obviously, as we've seen as it ended, Gunther did make AJ Styles pass out, which means AJ Styles can never perform in a WWE ring again. Now, the ending, I know which a lot of people are talking about, right? Was about to take his gloves off, about to put them in the middle of the ring, like, almost every wrestler does. We've seen of Undertaker and his hat and coat, John Cena, his wristband and shoes, right? Obviously, that's just a wrestling thing to do. When you're retired, you put whatever, something on you in the middle of the ring. He was about to do that, and then he took it back and walked away. Now, this could mean a few things, right? The number one thing that everyone's saying is he done with WWE? Is he coming back? Maybe there's going to be something where he does come back. I don't think that's happening. I'm going to put that option out the window. Option 2, he's going to go wrestle somewhere else, whether that's TNA, AEW, right, where he's wrestling somewhere else. And then option 3, where he was just kind of like, maybe he just wanted to like keep the gloves. Maybe it was more of like him being mad that he lost and he didn't really want to put his things in the middle of the ring. I don't know. Maybe it's a character thing. I don't know. But I think the best option is option 2. I think he's likely going to go wrestle in TNA or ARW. If I had to pick one, I would say TNA. It could be one of those things where I've seen some people saying, which I kind of agree with. Maybe he just wants to end with the company he started with, right, which is TNA, the one that got him on the map and got him going, right? Obviously, he did a lot for TNA and did a lot in TNA, in the matches he had in TNA. So wouldn't mind. By the way, someone put a counter how much times I said TNA there. Again, I could see that happening because he said he's fine going the whole 2026, and we're only the second month in of 2026. Technically, the first month in when he retired, it was January 31st from WWE. So I just feel like I don't see him retiring a month into his last year of wrestling. I definitely see him going to TNA, or maybe we get both. Maybe we get a little bit of TNA, a little bit of AEW, right? So he can go finish some stuff up in TNA, but then he can also go wrestle some people in AEW that people want to see as a dream matchup, which is Will Ospreay. Who else they got in there? Crap, I don't watch AEW. I'm trying to think of someone else. But you guys get what I'm saying. Swerve Strickland, I guess, right? Maybe some dream matches over there that he could wrestle. So, overall, though, the match, going back to the match, I would give the match, honestly, a 9 out of 10. I know I feel like I'm giving 9 out of 10 a lot, but I promise you we won't have another 9 out of 10 on this list. So I give this match a 9 out of 10. The match is amazing. It is what it is. As much as I hate that AJ Styles won't be with the WWE for the rest of the year, I mean, it's what they're doing with Gunther, right? That's what they're doing. They're making him the career killer. That's his new nickname right now. That's what they're trying to do. Retired Goldberg, retired John Cena, retired AJ Styles. Now, that's just his character work at the moment. And some people are going to hate it. But the reason why I'm going to defend this is you got to think. You got to give him something. With his character where he like doesn't loses and he has this ego and he always wants the belt, the only way you get him away from the belt, right, so we can have other people holding the belt for a while before he goes back to that, is honestly what we're doing now, where he's just going for legends and older wrestlers that are on their way to retirement, and he's himself is the one retiring them. Which I don't know if that's going to be Randy next, or maybe we even get R-Truth next. People would hate that. Shinsuke, I know he's talking about on his way out, and he could try to defend AJ Styles. Um, but yeah, so I don't mind it. I think it's a good choice. The match was fun overall. We got Drew McIntyre versus Sami Zayn for the WWE Championship belt. Obviously, Drew defending against Sami Zayn. I'm going to say it right now. I'm just going to say my rating off the bat because it's going to be pretty obvious with my thoughts here. I'm giving this match like literally a 3 out of 10. This was the most SmackDown boring match I've seen in a hot minute. Definitely for a Royal Rumble. Right, maybe if this was on just another random PLE, I would have gave it a little bit of a higher rating, like a 5 or a 6, just because, like, okay, it is what it is. But being on a Royal Rumble, these Royal Rumble matches are starting to hit, definitely being limited, right? Because the way Triple H has been doing it, it's usually the 2 Royal Rumbles and 2 matches, so I expect that both of the 2 matches to be fire. That's all you have to do, is write these simple little 2 matches, and they're not even supposed to be too long, because usually you save all your time for the 2 Royal Rumbles. Very dog crap match. I don't know what the point of it is, honestly. Like, I honestly feel like the only reason they made this match is because it was in Saudi Arabia, so they just threw Sami Zayn in a title match. But everything just fills off because, to be honest, he doesn't even feel like he's part of the story for the belt right now. Drew is really just feuding with Cody and Jacob for 2 right now. Looks like that's where they're headed for WrestleMania, as a Cody, Drew, Jacob triple threat match at WrestleMania. And I don't see them pulling out a Fatal 4-Way, adding Sami Zayn at WrestleMania, so I don't know what the point of this is, because even if people are like, oh, wait, maybe they do a rematch in Elimination Chamber, it's a lose-lose, right? If you have Drew win, good God, you really just buried Sami for the 1000th time for the big belt. But if you have Sami dethrone Drew, what was the whole point of the Drew with Cody feud and Jacob too? Like, what are we doing? Are we really going to do, like, Sami and Cody at WrestleMania? No one's going to want that, you know what I mean? So, like, I don't really know where they're headed with this. That's one thing I don't like, is I just don't know what the point of this match is. And just the match itself was absolutely dog crap, in my opinion. All right, and then we're heading into the last one, the Men's Royal Rumble. Yeah, I'm gonna give it a solid 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10 is not as good as the woman's. I think the woman won this year for sure. I don't even think it was close. Well, I guess it's close if I only have one more rating. But you get what I'm saying. Like, my clear answer was the woman's. Overall, I think this is a good match. Now, I am disappointed with really no returns, because if you think about it, the 2 returns you could say was Roman and LA Knight. Roman was announced, though. Again, if they didn't announce him, I would feel a little bit better about this. I think it would have been, even though we kind of like knew he wasn't going to miss it, right? I just kind of wish they wouldn't announce him. So yeah, that first return was literally announced, and LA Knight, I mean, I guess you can call it a return, but what was it, like a month? 2 months max? Wasn't really gone too long, so. And then you had Powerhouse Hobbs come from AEW, which is now Royce Keys. I mean, that's cool to boot, but like, brother. Yeah, I am kind of a little disappointed by like the shock value of this Royal Rumble. No crazy returns, or older wrestler coming in just for the fun of it for Royal Rumble. Like, even for Royal Rumble, if they return, that doesn't mean they necessarily have to stay. Like, I remember back in the older days, wrestlers returned the Royal Rumble just for the Royal Rumble, and then they're done. They didn't return, and they had to do a whole another year of wrestling or something. I don't know. I was definitely a little disappointed that way. The match itself, I think, was good. I think the ending was good. I think the winner was good, obviously, with Roman Reigns being one of my favorites of all time. And I think I like Roman Reigns back in the title reign, the title story here. Obviously, I would assume he chooses CM Punk, unless Cody gets the belt back before WrestleMania, which, if they do like a Cody Drew match, or a Cody Drew Jacob Fatu triple threat at Elimination Chamber, and Cody gets it back, maybe would they run back Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns Part 3, because Triple H did say that Roman Reigns in his press conference was going to take a while for his answer. So I think they're more doing this because I can make another video on this, but I have a theory that they're going to pull that triple threat out that we all think is going to be WrestleMania, which is Cody, Drew, and Jacob Fatu, and I think we're actually going to have that triple threat at Elimination Chamber, and I think Cody wins it back, and I think this is when Roman returns, and he calls out Cody Rhodes for a Part 3, because he wants the big belt back. And I wouldn't mind if they went with that story. So, overall, the event overall, if I had to go for it, I would give it, I want to say 8 out of 10, because I gave 2 9 out of 10s, and then I had an 8, but then I had that 3 is really killing it, but I'm still going to give the overall 8 out of 10. The only one I really disliked was really just the Sami and Drew match, but overall, I think it was a good event. Oh, I did want to say this, with LA Knight in the Men's Royal Rumble, I'm done with Triple H with LA Knight. I wasn't expecting LA Knight to win, even though he definitely deserves it. But I was definitely expecting something of LA Knight. He just didn't really do much other than take out Vision and then gets eliminated from Cody Rhodes out of the blue. Without Fury off, I'm done with Triple H and LA Knight. I don't think LA Knight's ever gonna get anything. We're cooked, and I'm an LA Knight hater. But the way they're treating him, making me an LA Knight fan, because even though I'm not the biggest fan of LA Knight, it's not about me. It's about the fan base overall, and literally no joke, 99% of the fan base loves LA Knight. I'm like in the very few group that doesn't really care for him, but I can definitely see the crowd reactions. I can definitely see the people online that really love him, and he definitely deserves something. This is ridiculous. Again, this is so bad. He's making me a LA Knight fan because this is starting to get ridiculous. But overall, I think it was a good event. I think it was a good Royal Rumble. Oh yeah, also Brock Lesnar being eliminated during Jey Uso's entrance. I don't know who booked that. That was something. So definitely some off moments in the men's Royal Rumble. The Drew and Sammy match is really bad, but I think the first half really carried. The women's match, Royal Rumble, and then AJ and Gunther. I think that first half is definitely the better half. It definitely carried. They definitely started very strong. Got a little weird in the second half, but at the end of the day, overall, I was fine with it. And tell me your guys' thoughts on this year's Royal Rumble down below in the comments. Hope y'all enjoyed. Drop a like and sub for me.